I can do, sir, please. Don't do this to my wife, man. You don't know what you're doing to my family, man. Please. I'm begging you. I'm literally where am I going to put my feet? Sir, I'm begging you, please. Please. Please.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So, no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now. She spit in my face.
Today's video takes us to Hurst, Texas, where we find a couple of frauditor idiots who demand names and badge numbers but don't get any. Oh, dearie me, I see some complaints incoming. Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy!
We may not be able to go back there because that's a courtroom right there. Yeah, they're not gonna, yeah, there's no way they're gonna be cool with us going past there. Oh, really?
You guys here for court?
I'll answer questions.
Okay.
What about you? You here for court?
That's where I'm working.
How much they paying you to stand here?
It's my business.
Oh, it's not
What's your
our
name and
business.
badge number, sir?
It's not your business.
Well,
What's your name and badge number, sir?
No?
Sir, can I have your name and badge number, sir?
No.
You're refusing to identify?
I am.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Let's get a supervisor down here then.
Frauditors have to be the biggest hypocrites on the planet, don't they? They always want everybody else to identify themselves, but they don't want to identify. Yeah, and then they want to publish this poor man's salary. Why? Are you mad because you don't make that much money, Frauditor?
Sir, we're not here for court.
Wow. As soon as you walk in, they start being jerks.
That's unfortunate. I really thought he'd know to identify.
It's crazy. He asked me the same question when I asked him. He gets mad.
Yeah. It's,
What's your name and badge number, officer?
No, we don't have to.
You don't have to. Yeah, you before your policy said you're you said when you make your hour, you're not business either, but it is public record.
well, we're gonna get that public record.
He's over here talking to this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. That guy just got showcased, though, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, here we go. Hurst Police Department public information request that I can't get from this side of the glass.
The main goal of a frauditor is to intimidate someone into giving up personal information that they don't have to give up. Who said that you have to identify to a bunch of yahoos? No, it's not in my policy. Now shut your mouth and get out of here.
Yes, ma'am. Can I have a police department public information request, please? Thank you, ma'am. And if I needed to write a complaint on somebody and not know who they are, but they are actually in the building right now, who would I speak to?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
If I wanted to put a complaint against one of the marshals that are active in the courtroom right now, who would I speak to?
Oh, for a marshal, I would talk to someone in the court.
Well, they're not trying to respond to us. He's ignoring us when we're trying to have a conversation and dialogue with him. So I need to find how to get a hold of his superior or sergeant or somebody above him.
Over him, I'm sorry, he's a marshal. I don't have anything to do with the court. So I would go back and speak to the court. Is there a reason why we're filming today?
Of course.
This is the moron behind the camera. You may remember him when he got arrested at the post office and told the cops that he couldn't be trespassed or arrested on public property. He's a real yahoo. Well, let's carry on.
And what is that reason?
None of your business?
So none of my business, but you're filming me.
Yes.
And okay.
Why won't the marshals over here
That
identify
has nothing
themselves
to
and
do
where
with
can we
me,
file a
sir,
complaint
but
at?
that's not right for you to be filming me and not
It
explaining
is my
to
right
me
to be
why.
filming you, ma'am.
It's your right. Okay.
I am right. Huh.
You are right. You can promise me that.
Yes,
okay, so
yes,
I
ma'am.
promise you I'm right.
It's a First Amendment protected activity.
If you say so. And I see you're filming me also.
Yes, ma'am.
Why wouldn't you tell us where to file a complaint?
I just told you I don't have anything to do with the marshal, sir. You'll have to go and talk to the court.
So you don't.
We don't handle the court. You'll have to go and speak to someone.
Where
in
can we
the
go
court.
file a complaint on a police officer?
Then I have the form.
Yeah.
What's really ironic about frauditors is they're all about education and the First Amendment. Tragically, most of them are high school dropouts. So I don't see how you're going to educate anyone if you yourself are not educated, sonny boy.
Before to
But
file a
that's not
complaint.
an officer, that's a marshal.
I don't have a complaint. I want to file an officer too, ma'am.
And you have a complaint you want to file on an officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, what we recommend is that you speak with the patrol sergeant first, and then from
Come on,
there
let's talk to the
you
chief
go.
first.
We don't talk to the chief, sir, you talk to a patrol
You
sergeant.
got that in your policy?
Yes, that is our policy. So behind you is the phone, 7180. You
Oh, I
can
gotta
ask to
call.
speak to a patrol
Show me
sergeant.
is that the policy or the phone?
That is the policy.
The phone's the
Dial
policy?
phone, dial 7180. Ask
You have a
to
written
speak to
policy,
patrol
ma'am?
sergeant.
That just sounds ridiculous. You have a written policy?
What did you say to me?
You have a written policy?
I'm sure we do, but as I'm saying,
Can you get that
to
for me
go to
then,
the
please?
phone. All right, sir. Here you go.
Can you get the written policy for me too, please?
Ma'am,
Is this a record request?
do I just hand this back to you?
I thought I was getting a complaint form.
Do I just hand this back to you?
Sir,
When
okay, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
One person speak at a time. So who do you want to speak?
This poor woman is being tag teamed by a couple of idiots today, isn't she? Oh, can I see the written policy? Well, it wouldn't matter because remember, frauditors don't follow policies. They follow laws. And remember, policies don't trump laws. Right. Now let's carry on.
So like I said, I was
All right,
asking about a
and I'm
complaint
asking
form
you,
in the
sir,
policy
I'm
you said
telling
you
The
had.
policy is you go to the phone, you call dispatch, you ask for a patrol sergeant, they come and speak to you. If the problem is not resolved,
You don't have an
then we
internal
get you the
affairs here, huh?
paperwork.
There's no internal affairs to go through?
And I'm telling you the policy is to go and speak to
Okay,
the
show
patrol
me the written
sergeant
policy then,
first.
ma'am. You said you got one, so let's see it.
There you go.
See the policy. This is a records request you're
Yes,
pointing
you
at,
have
ma'am.
to
That's
fill
not
it
your
out.
policy.
And then I have up to 10 days to provide that for you.
Okay, so
So
you don't
I'm
have a
trying to
policy
get
on you
the
that you're
best
citing.
one. Why are you being so argumentative?
I'm not.
trying
You
to
just said
help
you had a policy, then you said you didn't.
look at her, she's filming us right now. I don't think
Yes.
I don't
Is that
understand what the problem
well, I think that just became a public record.
Yeah, we can
No, that's
request our
fine.
video too.
That's a public record now, though.
Will you be requesting that public record, Frauditor, so you can just confirm how stupid you look on other people's cameras? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with your mirrors at home. You really do look that stupid.
You know who this lady is, ma'am.
I'm politely asking you to fill this out.
Okay, and I'm politely asking you
For
where
the
your policy is
which
to where
you
we
can
can't
fill
talk to
out
the
right
chief.
here, and I will provide it up to you for
And
10
what
days.
about your internal affairs? You never.
Yes,
So-
I just told you. We have
This
internal
lady right
affairs.
here
That's
Let's
how
talk to
we-
internal affairs then, ma'am, not a sergeant. It's either I'm gonna talk to the
Then you
chief
can
or
go
talk to internal affairs.
7180 and ask to speak to internal affairs.
When you talk to the sergeant, that's when they're trying to make it swept up under the rug and it
There
never
you
gets
go. So
filed.
right behind you, 7180, and let them know, dispatch know you want to talk to internal affairs.
Oh,
Since
okay.
you don't want to
Do
speak
you have
to
a
me, you want
complaint
to be
form?
argumentative.
You have a complaint form?
Yes, go to the
Can you give me
phone,
the
dial
complaint form, please,
7180.
then?
What does you want to do, sir?
I want you to get a complaint form now.
Please. You want me to get a
I don't have to say
complaint for you?
please. You've been nothing but disrespectful to me. Can I please that?
No, you've been disrespectful to me, and I'm trying to be courteous and polite, and you're just not going to want to. You don't want to.
Ma'am, I don't think there is a policy saying I can't talk to higher ups about what's been going on with your police department
That's
here.
fine. I'll be happy to get you a copy.
This lady is being incredibly nice to these two yahoos. I tell you, I would have exploded by now. But let's skip to the part where they're trying to find some dirt on this poor man downstairs. Let's roll that clip.
A few minutes later.
I just had a conversation with a marshal in the courtroom.
In the courtroom?
Well, not in the courtroom exactly, but like where the mag is before you enter that area.
Yes, sir.
I was trying to speak to him, and when I asked him what his name and his badge number was to identify, he refused. And I asked him if he was refusing, and he continued to refuse. So I need to know what I can do to find out that officer's information and put a complaint on him.
Okay, you're welcome to fill out a complaint.
I just don't know who he is. I can show you a picture if you may know him by name.
Imagine that, good people. Another frauditor who wants to file a complaint. That's all these yahoos do. They cause trouble, then they file complaints and try to get the poor people fired. That's because frauditors don't have a job, and they don't want anybody else to have a job either.
The supervisor for Wilkerson is?
I am his supervisor.
Oh, you're his supervisor.
Yes, sir.
Was you aware of what he
Okay,
did?
I'm so sorry. Can I finish?
Yeah, go
this?
ahead, sure.
I'm really not, I mean, this is kind of awkward to be doing some kind of interview at the window, but I'm trying
Oh,
to.
I was trying to tell you the nature of the complaint was all.
No, I understand.
Is this one?
You have copies?
Okay, that one's okay. Both the bars. Okay, perfect. And do you mind if I get one of those cards from you as well?
I don't mind at all.
Thank you. If I can separate this, it's like fresh money. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, there you have it, folks. Stupid is as stupid does, and these two yahoos are pretty stupid. You know, that one frauditor looked a lot like Cody Lowroller to me. Yeah, well, I don't know if it was or not, and I don't really care. But two yahoos, I'm telling you, man. What does this prove? So you don't get the poor guy's name and badge number, and you gotta go through all this rigmarole. Yeah, you just waste time, and you waste everybody else's time. The hell? You want to find out everybody's salary. Why? Because you don't have a real job? Well, hey, not to worry. If you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by, fellas. You think you might find a real job one day? Probably not. Cheers to that.
I've actually studied English, and I have over a 400 level education in English. I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
No reason. I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
I'm going to arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah, we're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to
Yes, you
record
do.
you in public, man.
Actually,
No, that's
you
the
do.
law.
Oh, is that like a law?
It's against the law.
Oh, what law is that? Funny, because I've never heard about that. I pay for that uniform, I pay for that car, I'm the taxpayer, right? You work for me, right? You're just a little guy. You're just a little guy. You work for me. You are a public servant. You are a public servant. You work for me.